Hi, I'm Metal Scott, and that's Cody.
I'm Mr. Hatman.
I'm Metal Scott, and that's Mr. Hatman. With the dad hat.
Yeah. Dad hat.
Mr. Dad look.
Mr. Dad hat.
Why, if it isn't Mr. Dad hat. Alright, so on borrow from our old drummer, who is also a really good guitarist, is the Orange Dark Terror 15-watt tube head.
Yes.
Nailed it! And we wanted to talk about it. We have to do this fast. We only have it for one day.
A day.
A day, because he's already sold it.
Now he's going to sell it.
He's sold it. So, let's talk about what this thing can do. Why don't you... We're going to go ahead and start out with distorted instead of clean on this one, which I may do for amps that are built for this sort of thing instead of...
Like the Dark Terror.
Which is not built to be a clean amp. It's definitely built to shred. Listen to that gorgeous sound of clean tone. For the record, I really like this amp.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
So what's its value?
I think it goes brand new for $649, $650.
Okay, and
So, that's not
used
bad.
around
like $450.
Okay, so one thing that I noticed immediately on plugging it in is that it does not have reverb built in.
Most British amps don't.
Right. It needs it a little bit.
All amps need it.
You should always have a little bit of reverb, unless you're playing a massive stadium.
Yeah, then it doesn't really matter.
You don't need it because the stadium will do the job. But yeah, it does need reverb. I have a reverb pedal, so when we swap over to my sounds, we can hear it with a little bit of reverb. I always have my reverb cranked down pretty much. It's only at, what is that?
7.
Yeah, the
7
7
o'clock.
o'clock position. It's pretty, maybe 8. It's really low.
I haven't seen a clock in 3 years.
There's one in my room in the house. Okay, yeah, so it's got 2 different wattage output level modes.
Which you can select here.
So if you want to make it a little louder, put it on the 15 watts.
Yeah.
And when you do that, it's going to change the peak of when it starts saturating properly.
A little bit.
So if you're playing at like a bedroom level and you still want the tone of the higher thing, then you can swap it to the 7 watt and you won't have to hit near the same volume to get the tone that you want.
Or if you're recording and try not to wake your mom up.
Let's go over a little bit of this some more, like do a mixture of airy gain and heavy chugging stuff.
Now, what do you mean airy? Do you mean like...
Nice.
It is a very bassy amp.
Yeah, which I really like when you want the chuggy stuff, you want it to have that low end power.
I guess.
It might drown out the bass.
A little bit. Or vice versa.
Yeah. Especially if you use a distorted bass, they'll be mixed in.
Yeah.
Why don't you plug me in? That's nice. I wanted to go through a little bit of the shapes and stuff.
Yeah.
Let's hear it with the OD808. I want to. So, Maxon, maybe clone, maybe whatever. OD808. Really like that tone, like a lot.
Then you should buy it.
I can't. Not only am I broke from currently building a custom bass, but also Carlos pretty much already has a buyer.
Yeah, Guitar Center.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. This is really nice. Like, this is exactly that sort of metal tone I was going for with this guitar. You know?
I tried.
Hopefully the reverb pedal did what we wanted and sort of cleared up the dry tone.
Yeah.
But, oh god, I thought that sounded really good. I guess I'm going to give this over to you, and then just show them the 7 watt. Okay?
Sure.
Just keep with the distorted, show them the 7 watt. I'm going to quickly change guitars. Alright, cool, that worked. Got my metal Strat here.
Okay,
Which
so
I can summon by snapping.
I'm going to play a little on the 15 and then swap over to the 7 just so there's
we can
a
hear the
little bit of
difference.
reference, yeah.
Okay, do you want to use the OD or no?
That's fine. I think it's a little more boxy sounding. A little more, what's the word I'm looking for? Like it's a little more trebly.
Caged.
A little more cage. You gotta let your amps out of the cage.
Yeah, it kind of sounded like it wanted to be more than it was.
No antibiotics. And our farm-raised amps.
Yeah, these are all. We want a fresh, never frozen. But I actually really did like the sound even of the more caged one, and I think it's just because it got a little bit more saturation, being at like the same gain.
Yeah.
Just
I had to turn up the volume very slightly because it was.
Okay.
7 watt.
Let's go ahead and swap it over to cleans. I've swapped to the metal Strat so we can see what it sounds like with single coil.
Swap it over to cleans, quote unquote.
Yeah, this amp doesn't have 2 different channels. It just has volume, shape, gain. So
there's 3 knobs. It's hard to fuck up.
It is pretty simplistic. The shape really changes how it feels.
Like,
But yeah, this is gain on nearly
like
empty.
a quarter.
Okay.
Okay. D or G.
Play note.
Freaking me out.
Jimmy Page did it.
I don't care what Jimmy Page did.
Anyways,
We can't afford strings.
we can't afford Jimmy Page.
We can't afford Jimmy Page either, no.
Okay, okay, yeah, what you were saying, this bass was spot on. This amp is really bassy.
Yes.
It sounds best on both modes with a little bit of this, where it's on like 2 o'clock.
Yeah, for shapes around here. In this general vicinity.
Yeah, because it's really bassy, so you have to put it a little more trebly, but it gets chimey real fast.
Yeah, I
Real
guess.
brittle chimey if you're all the way up. But I particularly want to see what that sounds like with the Strat. But we're gonna work through the Gibson sounds.
Yeah. If we turn the gain all the way down, to no one's surprise.
How could this happen to me?
Okay,
Shit.
yeah, you want to see single coil tones?
Sure. There you go.
I must have not packed a hefty lunch. The reverb helps. Oh, I don't know why I do this. You know I can't play songs.
Nope.
Oh yeah, give me a second. Let's take this off. Let's put this on.
Put this on.
Yeah. I like it more where it's...
Nobody cares what you like.
No OD next time.
The problems I have about this particular amp, once you get the gain past a certain point, it doesn't do anything.
Where's the point?
Huh?
Here, show me.
I will show you.
Yeah.
Play something.
Alright, I'm on the close. I'll go full bridge.
Okay.
Nothing else is on. Yeah, it seems
About
like
there.
Apparently, it can do mild classic rock tones. I thought it was going to be all metal, but you throw a Strat in here, it seemed to do it.
Sure.
I liked it. Okay, so it's got a mild golden plexi thing going on once you pass half.
Yeah.
I can work with that. I 100% ship this amp. I would ship it to myself.
Yeah, it has sufficient enough gain, so that's fine, I guess. It's really good if you want to do like stoner rock. It's pretty good for, because it's fairly bass heavy.
And if you want to get the like closer to the Avenged Sevenfold kind of metals, you can get there. And
With the right boost.
yeah, and if you throw a tube screamer on it, you can get just that even more crazy output.
Yeah.
There's a song on the Drones album of Muse that starts with sounded, the tone was like spot on, and I'm like, oh my god, he's like
That's it.
yeah.
It's very... Yeah, pretty good for stoner rock.
I want this amp. I want to put it right there on top of my Marshall, and then I'll have classic rock, and then when I want to go metal, I just swap.
There you go.
You want to play us out, guy?
Sure.
I've been Metal Scott. This is Dog Hat, Dad Hat, Mr. Dad Hats. Have a great day.